Am I overreacting, or am I the a-hole? Text convo with mother-in-law. I feel like I could cry. I've only wanted acceptance from her, and it's clear that nothing will be good enough. Edit, because I've had to say this so much. Normally, I'd never reach out to her for something like this. The situation is complicated. Before my husband left for basic training, where he will have very minimal contact, he discussed with her that she would need to continue paying even in his absence, and she was fine with this. She made a previous payment to me and even informed me before she sent it. If the situation had been different, he would have never asked me to get involved. But he knows that with both of our paychecks being delayed, because I just got a new job, I need the money. It's really not his fault. Plus, she's only been acting like this once he was gone and couldn't step in. My husband treats me very good, and I love him with everything. There is a reason I married him, so please don't say he's at fault or anything unkind. So in this story, there are blanks, but I'm gonna fill those in with the term husband because it was specified that this person is the husband of OP. So OP starts off with a text message that says, "Would you be able to send that 500 by Friday? Husband and I didn't get paid for a month and a half, and when we did get paid, it all went to rent. I'm not a loan shark, but I'd really appreciate it because there are big payments coming out this week. No biggie if you don't respond, but please acknowledge that you saw my text with a thumbs up or something." And then the mother-in-law replies, "Hey, good morning. I'm sorry, no, I won't be able to send that $500 by Friday. We are going on a vacation this Sunday. I will get that last $1,000 to y'all when I can. You and husband should have really had y'all finances in a great place before he left to go to the military. Also, I don't think you're trying to be rude with the whole thumbs up or something, but respectfully, I don't have to respond to all your text, or anybody else for that matter, but I will respond to important ones when I have the time." OP responds to mother-in-law, "Of course not. I never expect a response, but it is a courtesy, especially when I'm updating everyone with every step of the way. We had a good start with the finances, but neither of us expected his pay to be delayed, and a savings isn't a free-for-all." The mother-in-law replies, "I understand, but you don't have to keep me updated. Husband is at boot camp. He can call me when he has the time, and we can discuss it then. Husband gave me that money when he stayed here, so we will discuss it." OP responds, "Yes, husband lent you the money, but when he gave you that money, you made an agreement to pay it back. You agreed to pay it back while he was around, during tax time, and you gave him $1,500. And you again agreed to pay $500 a month until it added up to the remaining $1,500. I'm doing what husband has asked me to do, and in a polite manner at that. He was very kind by letting you borrow that $3,000, which he was saving for us to move in together. I realize now you may have misunderstood our relationship, but I don't appreciate being disrespected. Husband didn't ask you why you didn't have your finances together, and I really can't believe you'd say that with all the things considered. He may not be able to ask you about these things, but that doesn't mean that our agreement has gone away just because he's not physically here." The mother-in-law responds, "I don't know where you learn manners from, but you are not polite to hit me up in the morning on some sarcastic stuff, asking about the money. And mind you, it hasn't even been a whole month since I sent the last $500, so you do realize husband was able to even lend me that money because of me and the situation I had him in? Of course he didn't ask why I didn't have my finances together, because he has some respect for me, and understands I did everything I could to raise him and his sisters. Yes, I think you did misread our relationship. I am your husband's mother. I think it's best to only contact me if it's emergency with your husband for the time being." OP replies, "The last money I sent you was on 410. I made sure to confirm that before reaching out. My only reason for stating that he didn't question your financial decision is because that's the first thing you said to me. You may have done everything you can to raise him, but he worked hard for that money. $3,000 is not a small amount. He was doing a lot to help you as well, and so I think we all owe him respect. I don't understand why you feel that my message was sarcastic, because I asked a pretty straightforward question and even explained my reasoning. I don't care if you send it or not. All I did was ask. You could have just said you didn't have it and I wouldn't have questioned you further. And on misunderstanding relationships, we know that you are his mother. That's your relationship to him, but that isn't our relationship." Mother-in-law replies, "Right. Have a good day." OP responds, "I understand how you feel. No need to reiterate any further." Could you please only text me if it's an emergency with your husband? I would like for this conversation to be over. Thank you. OP replies, already the plan. You're not the a-hole and completely justified in your feelings. You were polite, gentle, and included softeners specifically to avoid conflict. Your mother-in-law deflected her inability to pay back strict financial agreement by attacking your manners and judging your personal finances. She clearly should be more worried about her own spending habits if she's funding a vacation with the money she owes you. Also find it odd that she said that her son wouldn't question why she doesn't have her finances together out of respect for her, completely forgetting she said that about you prior. Like, she completely didn't realize she indirectly said she doesn't have any respect for you, and fully thought you were just attacking her. She waited until your husband was at basic training and unreachable to change the rules and power trip over her status as his mother, and tried to cut you out of a debt that indirectly impacts your household. You stood your ground beautifully, defended your husband's hard work, and correctly called out her double standards. Her inability to accept you is a reflection of her own financial irresponsibility and defensiveness, not your worth. Dropping to emergency-only contact is the healthiest choice you can make right now because she seems irrational with her hatred towards you. Anyways, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, as always, much love. Bye bye!